Those are your emotions acting without the benefit of intellect.
Engage intellect.
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect.
Hello and welcome to Sobriety Made Simple. My name is Timothy Martin. In today's video, I want to talk about how to up your emotional IQ. Learning how to master your emotions is essential if you want to live your life alcohol-free. Having control over your emotions at any given moment is the best skill set you could possibly learn. You need to understand that the emotion you feel, you're feeling because you choose to, not because you have to. You are the source of all your emotions because you are the one that creates them. You can feel anything you choose at any given time. Think about that power. You don't need a specific reason to feel good. You can decide to feel good right this second. To understand how to master your emotions better, you need to understand that there are a few forces at work. One is your physiology, your body language. If you walk around with your head down and your shoulders slumped, that's easy to acquire a depressed state of mind, simply because of the way you are holding yourself. It looks like you have zero self-confidence in the way you hold yourself and the way you walk around. And people pick up on that and perceive that and will probably treat you as such. Try walking around with your shoulders back, your head held high. Make eye contact. Breathe deeply. Walk with a confident stride. See how different you'll feel. You'll instantly feel better about yourself and you won't even know why. It's because you're exuding a self-confident look. And people do pick up on that and act or react accordingly to it. Give it a try. Another force at work is your inner language. How you perceive things, what you tell yourself. Things like, why does this always happen to me? Automatically put you in a victim state of mind. Instead of, why does this always happen to me? Try, how can I benefit from this? How can I beat this? How can I overcome this? How am I going to grow and become stronger because of this? An example. Oh shit, I'm running late for work. I'm going to be late today. My clothes are still in the dryer. I can't find my car keys. Why is this always happening to me? Instead of feeling that way, do this. Have your clothes ready before you go to sleep the night before. Put your keys in a certain place all the time. Know exactly where they are. Set your clock and get up earlier. Have an extra 15 or 20 minutes in case something does come up. Make sure that there's plenty of gas in your car so you don't have to stop anywhere on your way to work. All of these little things can add up to you feeling better, feeling more self-confident, more prepared, less of a victim. The words you speak are constantly playing a key role in your personal interpretation of a situation and how that situation will affect your emotional state of mind. If you find yourself feeling negative or down about something, take a closer look at your language and how it could be influencing you. Another force at work is focus. What you focus on is where your energy is going to flow. Basically, your life pretty much is controlled by what you decide to focus on. Focus on your direction, where you want to go, not what you fear. Try not to let fear make decisions for you. If you find yourself in a state of uncertainty, try to think of a way to manipulate the situation for a more positive outcome for yourself. Now, we just talked about the forces that control your emotional state. Now, here are some steps that will help you master your emotions a little bit better. The first one is identify the emotion. If you're uncertain about the emotion that you are feeling, you will struggle to know how to respond accordingly. To help you identify your emotions, ask yourself the following questions. What am I feeling right now? Am I really feeling this, or is there something else there? Acknowledge the emotion. You must acknowledge the emotion you feel, whether you like it or not. Resisting the emotion that you feel is not healthy. It will give you a better understanding of yourself if you acknowledge how you are feeling. If you're frustrated about something, acknowledge the frustration and then try to understand why you're feeling frustrated. Is it the actual event that you're frustrated about, or is there some underlying reason? Something that maybe happened earlier in the day that's causing the frustration. The frustration may have already been there. Once you can acknowledge the emotion honestly, then you can study it. Now, analyze the emotion. Get curious about why you're feeling this way. You will gain insight into who you are. What is this emotion offering you? What is this emotion's true value? And what ways does this emotion serve me? Doing this will help you be able to overcome the emotional roadblocks that have been keeping you drinking. Another step is to get confident that you can handle your emotions. You want to be able to gain control of your emotions so you can manage responses more effectively. If you're having a problem with this, try to remember a time in the past when you had the same emotion or the same situation. How did you handle it? Did you blow up? Did you fall apart? Did you make a scene? Did you make a fool of yourself? Or did you handle it properly, responsibly? This is when journaling is going to come in helpful for you. Put in the big parts of your day. Now, when I say big parts of your day, I don't mean the great, wonderful things that happen to you. Those things are easy. I'm talking about the stressful times, the problems that you had, the situations that came up that brought up emotions. How did you respond? How did you handle it? And be honest when you write this down. This is what I did. This is exactly what I said. This is how I handled it. Then next to that, write down what you think you should have done or what you could have done better. That way, when the situation comes up again, you'll have a plan. Okay, I should have done it this way. Next time, I'm going to. This is how you get to master your emotions, through trial and error. Make it better, one piece at a time, but break it down and really analyze it. It takes time and effort. You want to get to a point where your emotions don't control your life. You are in control of them. You choose the emotional response to a situation. It's not chosen for you. Start thinking this way. Acknowledge and forgive your emotional triggers. Emotional triggers can be people, places, or things. Friends, family, and coworkers can make you feel a certain way, not to mention you make yourself feel a certain way. Your coworker does something you can't stand and you feel waves of anger. Learn to forgive yourself and others for things that trigger emotions. Distance yourself from things like resentment, jealousy, anger. They're not going to do you any good. If you can detach yourself from the trigger, it will ultimately disappear. Allow people to simply be who they are. Don't let your emotions escalate and bring on negativity. You can't control other people. The only thing you can control is you. Focus on you and try to look at the situation differently when you can. Is it really going to benefit you to blow up at someone and put them in their place? Sure, it might give you some temporary satisfaction, but in the long run, is it really worth it to do? Do they really mean that much to you? Sometimes it's better just to move on and take the high road. Don't let that bother you. Don't let people get under your skin. Don't let situations get under your skin. You're in control. Once you start doing this, it becomes easier. You'll start to see everything differently, how it benefits you. Also, be proactive. If you see a situation beginning, take action. Take action for it not to happen. Defuse a situation or get away from it completely. Or step in before it does happen, before it escalates. Don't forget that you are always in control of your emotions. Always. It's up to you. Think this way and it will help you. You can choose to feel differently. You control you. Don't become crippled by negative emotions. Don't let it control you, as it probably has in the past. That might be a reason you're drinking in the first place. Start responding, not reacting. It builds self-confidence and self-esteem. Thanks for watching. I know this was a lot to digest, but there's some good stuff here, and I hope it helped you out. Please hit that thumbs up button if you don't mind and subscribe. It really helps me to continue to make these videos. You control your emotions. They don't control you, okay? All right, you hang in there and we'll see you next time. Remember, you got this. Take care.